Hey guys, JT27 here. We are back on GTA Online. Last time we did this, we did my office tour. A lot of the vehicles from that video are going to be showing up in this video, but we're doing another tour. We're going to my 5 different garages that I have 100 cars at. Starting at my mansion. This is my Nero Custom. I love this car. I use it quite a bit. The color is not easy to see in the daylight, but it is a wine red metallic with the Saxon blue pearlescent. It's actually the same that's on this 10F right here. This is a pretty cool car. It's got the bronze wheels and it's got the twin turbos with no bumper. Pretty cool. So that's outside of the mansion. Let's go down to the podium and then into the garage here. So yeah, I'm burnt out on Heat 5 and BeamNG, so I'm going to be making a few more GTA videos, and definitely the driver videos, obviously. This is a Vapid Dominator, and this was actually a replica of the very first car I had online back in 2014. It's everything, because I didn't have an Xbox One when the merge was open, so I couldn't keep it, but I bought another one and built it the exact same way. Alright, let's go down to the basement. So yeah, I have a few ideas for videos for GTA. Alright, we're in the garage now. This is the Class A Vamos. It says SS. Or 69 SS 396. It's a black and white car. It's just kind of a cool looking, nicely restored looking Vamos. It's not too crazy. It's not. None of my cars are like have Bennies or F1 wheels. This is a LG Retro Custom. It was in the last video, just like the Vamos was in the 10F and the Nero. You can see that color that's on the 10F and the Nero pretty well right here. This is a CapCut D5, just a nice looking blue, basic looking C6 Corvette. The license plate is actually a reference to, if you guys watch Street Speed 717 back in the day, Grandpa Vet. That's what it's referencing because they're practically the same color. Then we got the Vapid Hustler. This car was hard to get my hands on. When I originally bought it, it was in the last video, and I think I mentioned that. But yeah, I had to message people on Facebook and Discord to try to meet me at the Ellis Car Meet so I could buy one. This is the Yosemite Rancher. I love this truck. It's pretty cool. It's in the same color that I use quite frequently. The only problem with this truck is, you're about to see it, the passenger window, and I think I mentioned that in the last video in 2024. This is a Tampa GT. I love this car. I love the look of it. I've always loved the look of the 67, specifically B-body, Belvedere, Coronet. Not so much the Charger, but, you know. So when I saw this was in the game, I had to buy it. This is my CapCut D1 topless. Just a nice resto mod, C1 Corvette. It's got the side pipes, it's got the wheels. I like the paint job. It's a wine red, but I don't think I messed with the pearlescent on it. Alright, down to the second level. This is another one from the last video. It's a Primo Custom Lowrider. Pretty cool. I have quite a few lowriders. I realized after making this video and rewatching the 2024 video. This is an LG RH8. Everybody had one of these back in the day because they were free. I have a ton of LGs, but this is the only RH8 I have. The rest of them are the retros. Then we got a Gauntlet Hellfire. I tried to make it close to F8 green. Got the license plate. Custom. This. Then here's the Voodoo Custom, another lowrider I have, and it was also in the last garage tour video. Yeah, Pretty nice looking car. Alright, then we got the L35 stock. It's kind of just like a nice road course-ish S10. The Shinobi, which actually I tried to model this as close as I could to the 2005 Fireblade Repsol because I'm a huge House MD fan. The Vigoro ZX, I've said it before, this is based on, it's just a 6's old car Captain. And then we got the Cara 4x4, it's a cool little Raptor off-road build. Pretty nice. It's in the color that I like to use quite a bit. And then we got one of my 2K trucks. This one's set up for drifting. It's pretty cool looking. And then for the last vehicle in the mansion, we got the Banshee GTS. Pretty cool. It looks like a red Viper. It looks so realistic. Back in the day, none of the cars looked realistic in this game, and now they do. So let's move on to the Eclipse garage, the 50 car garage. Alright, we're at the Eclipse Boulevard garage. This is the 50 car garage. So this one's going to take us a minute for us to go through. Let's start at level 1. A lot of these cars are going to look familiar if you watched the last garage tour in 2024, letting them load in. But some are new. So this is a Coquette. It's the first car in the game. It's modeled after a C7 Z06. Pretty. And then here's the Comet Retro Custom. It's a road car. It's a track car. I think it's back available on Benny's. I think. Then we got the Itali GTB Custom, which looks like a 570S, but it has some other features as well, so I never like to call it a 570S. Then we got, it's not like a hop truck, but it's a custom slam van, or slam van custom. Then we got my more toned down, not as crazy, Jester Classic. Pretty cool little car. I have this one, and then I have the Fast and Furious one that you guys will see later. Then we got the Wolfsbane. I think I fell in love with this bike because of the Rat bike. They're kind of similar, but this one's just the more expensive version, and it looks pretty cool. And then we got the Tempesta. I've had this car forever. I think I won it off the Lucky Wheel, if I'm not mistaken. Then we got the Deviant, and it looks like the old Trans Am AMC Javelin. It's perfect. Then we got the Shafter long wheelbase. I thought this was the one that the nightclub had, but it wasn't. It was the V12. I have one of those. That's going to be coming up later. And then we got the Banshee 900R. This was in the last video, and I still never drive it. It's pretty cool, though, in any case. A lot of these cars I don't drive because I just have, well, I have 100 cars. You can't drive them all the time. Alright, so we're going down to level 2. We're at level 2. We got a Plum Crazy Purple Gauntlet Classic, like a road course, resto mod style build. It's pretty cool. And then we got a Rat truck, which if you guys remember, I think it was the Rat Loader. That one was cool. You could take the bed off back in the day. I remember that. Then we got the FCR 1000 Custom. It's a military style bike. It's a cafe racer. And we just got a clean, low, like almost airbagged Buccaneer. It doesn't hop, but it's pretty cool. And then we got this is a Dominator GTT. I think I built this like right when it was the first vehicle I built when the tuner update came out back in 2021. Then we got the Astrotope GZ. I built this as a joke because I wanted to mess with a couple of my buddies one night, and I've just never gotten rid of it. Then we got a Serrano. I know it's an OG car, and I can never pronounce the name, but I wanted one, so I bought one. Then we got a Faction Custom, of course, another lowrider. And then we got Trash Boat, the Trubuck, the Lotta. The reason it's named that is I was messing around with one of my buddies. And we were talking about that regular show episode where Rigby changes his name to Trash Boat. And I'm like, this car would be perfect to call that. And then we got my club that I call Low Life for very obvious reasons. It's kind of just one of those builds that was very descriptive. Alright, we're going on to the level 3. Alright, we're at level 3. Yeah, a lot of these cars are familiar with a few new ones. There's the Comet SR. I remember it was a Top Gear episode that I based this off of. Hammond was driving a silver and red Porsche. And then here's a Neo. And I got this car from the, as you can tell, the salvage yard because it had a Liberty City plate. Then we got the Hot Ring Sabre that kind of looks like Dale Sr.'s Lumina. Kinda, just not the number 3. And then we got a Turismo Classic. It's pretty much stock. I think I upgraded the performance on this, but it's just a regular looking F40. I did have an idea of making it look like the Gas Monkey one, but nah. And then we have the minivan custom. It's lowered. It's on. Okay, this one is on Benny's. It's called the Slam Van. I built this one as a joke. I built a lot of cars as a joke. Here's a Ruiner ZZ8. It's pretty stock apparently. I know it has performance upgrades because all of the cars I build have performance upgrades. But it just looks like the 4th gen WS6. And we got the Nebula Turbo. It has a giant turbo sticking out the hood. It has drift. I don't remember if it's tuning or if it has the tires. And then we got the Tauros. This is based off of a Urus. I think it says Urbus. It does say Urbus on the license plate. And then we got a regular Yosemite. Or as I think I called it earlier in the video, and I used to call it the Yosmite. Don't know why. And then we got the Chino Custom topless. And this is... I wish they had made the 4-door version with the cool Continental rear doors. Because this is based off of a Continental. Alright, we are going on to level 4. Alright, we are at level 4. So this is the Zombie Chopper. It's pretty cool. I think it has the same color as the Hellfire. Or no, this one's lighter. That actually looks more F8 green. And then we got the Hermes. I think this was a Simeon dealership car one time, and I bought it because I just wanted it. Then we got a Vaca. This one was a Simeon vehicle that I just wanted because it was no longer on the website. But now, if I'm remembering correctly, it is now. Then we got another Vamos. This is the Murder Vamos, based off the Murder Nova from Street Outlaws. And me and Gabe, you guys remember the stream highlights? This car, he couldn't touch it. It's still around. I put the off-road tires on it because it actually helps it hook better and not do the zigzag thing that the Vamos likes to do. Here's my other K truck. This one's more of an off-road vehicle, and it gives me an idea for upcoming video with another vehicle that I'm not showing in this video. And then we got a Sentinel XS. I wanted to build one of these because one of the updates, it came out with a bunch of just customization parts. So I ended up building one, and I like it. It's got a cage. It's kind of like a track car. We got a Vigoro, a regular Vigoro, based off the '69 Camaro. It's in my signature color almost at this point. I'm making a lot of cars this color. And then we got the Cavalcade, based off an Escalade. It has the $sign wheels that were such a big joke back in like the early days. This one has the sound system in the back, which was like one of the first. This was before Benny's and all that car had it. Okay, this is the one that's at the nightclub, the Shafter V12. Mine's in my signature color that I like to use. It's got the wheel color, pretty much everything. And we have just a regular old Comet. This is like something you would see back in early days of online. Pretty cool to have. Alright, now we're going down to level 5, the last level of the Eclipse Boulevard garage. Alright, this is the last level of the Eclipse Boulevard garage. First we got the Woodlander. I built this purely because I always thought it'd be funny to have a hot pink Subaru Forester on TE37s. So I built it with a carbon hood. This is the Ballista Compact. It came out with the Xbox One PS4. And this one specifically is modeled after the Slap Train's old blue CRX that he had way back now, which makes me feel old saying this is a Coquette classic topless. It's just like it's kind of a Resto Mod style C2 Corvette with the roll bar and everything. Just a pretty cool car. Then we got the Apocalypse Dominator. This is basically my OG Dominator, but built to survive and built for a Mad Max movie using the Arena War workshop. It's absurd to have. It's got, as you can see, it has guns, it has everything. And then we got a Sultan RS. This color combo has always stuck with me on the Sultan RS because back on the 360 I used to always run the blue black with the gold wheels on the Sultan RS, on the Sultan back in the day with the carbon hood. Then we got a Yosemite 1500. Kind of got the early 2000s styling going on with the big wheels and the paint job and the spoiler. Then we got a Sultan RS Classic. It's based off the 22B, and I took the color actually from Ian from Smosh's old car, because I just remember that car from when I was a kid. Then we got my Drift FR36, which I realized in the 2024 video I called it the F36, but no, it's the FR36. It's a drift car, and I did add the chassis mount wing later on. And then the Dominator FX. This was, I think, one of the last vehicles in the last garage tour video, but still have it. Still, I think I counted. Okay, and then we got the CapCut D10. This one was also in the last garage tour video. I think I counted, and there was only like 4 cars that I've gotten rid of since then. I've just added on. Alright, let's head to the auto shop. Here we are at the auto shop. Let's go in here.
Hello!
Hello, sir. Boom. We're in. Alright, so let's check out what I got. This is just... I didn't have some money, a lot of money at the time, so I built this. It's a Bobcat XL. It's more like an off-road pickup. All murdered out and cool looking. I don't know if I can get behind it. Oh, I can. Alright, and then we got the RT3000. I love the look of this car, but I will be honest, I hate the handling of it. It's terrible. Honestly. We got the Manana Custom, another lowrider. This one looks more like my faction than anything else. It would have been cool to do the convertible, but I didn't. And then we got a Manchez. If you guys have never played with this bike, I recommend it. It does fun. It's fun. It does amazing wheelies. And yes, it's in my color and the purple, I like to call it. We got a Picador. This is kind of like the Sentinel XS. There was an update where it just got a bunch of customization features, so I had to check it out. And then right here we got another Elegy. I think this is just a dark blue or midnight blue. This one's more of like a time attack track car than my other one that's at the mansion. And then we got the Brawler. So when I was a kid, I watched an episode of Top Gear USA, and I fell in love with the Rally Fighter, and then kind of forgot about him. I think a lot of people did. I think that might be why they went out of business. But the Rally Fighter back in the day was cool. And then we got the Peyote Gasser. It's not an exact replica, but it definitely took some design cues from Mike Finnegan's Blasphemy. It's not... I'm not trying to replicate it, but it's definitely looks like it. And then we got the Cypher in my signature color, carbon hood, my signature color setup. And yes, the plate says what you think it does. I thought it was funny back in 2024 when I made that plate. And then we got the Dominator ASP. Pretty cool looking, kind of based on the Terminator Mustang. The plate, yeah, the plate says 04 Termy. Alright, so now we're off to the Weasel Plaza garage, which is actually the first garage I had. This is more of the pop culture garage, I'd say. It's coming up next. Alright, so here we are. We're at the Weasel Plaza garage. This was the first high-end apartment I owned back on the 360, and I bought it again when I went over to the Xbox One. So let's go in here and This is a garage full of movie cars, TV show cars, and a video game car. So here we are. First, we got the Ellie. It is based off the GT500 Eleanor from the 2000 Nicolas Cage Gone in 60 Seconds. This is actually not a hard build to replicate. I did spend a lot of time on YouTube with quite a few of these cars, like this one in particular. And then we got a Gauntlet Classic that, you know, I have a thing for. I am a big Driver San Francisco fan, so I obviously had to have one. I had to make it that way. And then this is the Toreo. It's based off the Countach from the Burt Reynolds Cannonball Run movie. Obviously, it couldn't be a TV show movie garage without a generally obviously. And then we got the Rhapsody, and this is from Wayne's World. So that's pretty cool. So yeah. Let's move on to the second row. We got the Gang Burrito first up, and this is obviously the 18 van. This was with the heist missions, and one of them looked like it. And so basically this is the one I probably didn't have to do the most to. We got another Gauntlet Classic. This one is obviously a replica of the Vanishing Point Challenger. Love that movie as a kid. Probably shouldn't have been watching it if you've watched it. You know that one scene I'm talking about. Then we got the Bifta, and this is RC from Toy Story. Basically a big, like a life-size version of that car. And then we got the Greenwood Cruiser. This is the Blues. So obviously I had to have the Bluesmobile because the Blues Brothers is probably my all-time favorite movie. So yeah. And then, of course, a Fudo GTX, because Initial D. A lot of these cars, I think I just mentioned, I followed YouTube tutorials. And next garage, the last garage we go to, is definitely going to be the same. This one's the next one, the last one is a Fast and Furious only garage. So let's go over there. Alright, so we're at my penthouse. And let's go into the casino. Into the penthouse garage and see the Fast and Furious garage, which will wrap up the video. So here we are. We have the Kanjo SJ. This is based off the heist specifics from the first movie. And then we got the Penumbra FF, which is Brian's Eclipse from the first movie, the one that gets blown up pretty early in the movie. It's not really in the movie that often, that much. And then we got the Firebolt ASP, which is Brian's Lightning from the first movie. A lot of these are first movie vehicles. The majority of them are. I will be honest, because I've probably seen that movie hundreds of times. Then we got the Jester Classic. This one is obvious. It's Brian's Supra. I loved this car as a kid. He was a big time muscle car guy, but I always wanted a Supra just because of this car. But obviously, the Beater Dukes is based off of Dom's Charger, and that was even cooler, in my opinion, than the Supra. Alright, then next we got another LG Retro. This is Brian's Skyline from Too Fast, Too Furious. Just like the Eclipse. It wasn't really in the movie that long, but it's so memorable for everybody. Then we got the Cyber Turbo, and this is based off of Dom Chevelle from the fourth movie, from right before he gets blown up, and the Charger is brought back. The last three cars are actually three cars from Fast and Furious 6. We got Dom's Daytona using the Gauntlet Classic. I remember back in the day, before this car was a thing, people would take the Phoenix, because it had the big wing, and make replicas of this car. We got the Rentoon, and this is Brian's Escort. This car was a pain to get. I think I finally got it because it went to the Simeons. So that's how I finally got it. And then we got another Dominator GTT, and this was Roman's Mustang in the sixth movie, the one that gets crushed by the tank. Sorry for spoilers, but that movie is 12 years old at this point. You should have seen it by now. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.